Alright, CSS battle time, and we have... I don't know what it is, but it's looking at me. How curious. Okay. I'm thinking... because of the shape, this looks like a like pill-shaped sort of thing, and then a stack. Now, I only need to make one of these, and then I can have a box shadow down. But this looks... this makes me lean towards border radius, because I have to have a border radius to do this, right? Now, theoretically, this could be circles. No, because I have to fill in this space here, too. So, yeah, this is a bar with the second bar, and then a circle here, and then two little circles. Now, that makes me think border radius. Yeah. The little circles could be a radial gradient that gets sized. Or it might just be another little element just because with a box shadow. Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is so small that whatever border radius sets this right, at this size, it's going to be a circle with that same border radius. So this can be the second element. And then this one has a box shadow down, but maybe if I rotate this, the box shadow down will be the same distance. You know what I'm saying? Like, is the distance from this edge to this edge the same as this to this? I mean, I guess I have to look over here. So, like, what's the size on this thing? It's at, what, 135 to 175, 35 to 75. Is that really 40 pixels? Right? Yeah, 135 to 175. Okay, so 40 pixels, right? And then is this 40 pixels? 180 to 220, about 40 pixels. So let's see if this works, actually. Let's see if we can... I think this circle, I will actually do a radial gradient on the HTML element, right? And we're just going to go and, so that we can... Yeah, we'll have to declare a different background anyways on one of them. But actually, if I use a font-based value... Let's just get it started, and then we'll talk it through as we go. So let's do a radial gradient, right? 1Q, as always, for our circle. And then we're going to set our color, and we're going to set our size for the first color hint. That's probably more like 50 pixels. I'll start with 30. We'll see what happens. And then we're going to go this one. And I don't have to do the 0 because of the 1Q behavior. All right, so it does need to be bigger. About 50, and then we need to move it up. So let's do the position. Let's see, 50%, or what if I hit 0? It doesn't move, but then 50%, it also doesn't move. 40, 30, no, pixels. Okay, there it moves. Negative 30. Okay. Cool. Can I... Yeah, I can tighten those up. Back them up all the way to each other. So that's not a bad way to go. Okay. Let's move it up a little bit more. Or do I need to move it down? No. 25? What is happening? Let's turn this off. Let's see. Am I high or low? I am high. So it's like 15. There we go. Okay. So at least the circle we can accomplish with that. I think this we might be able to put at the beginning. Yes. And so then, nope, doesn't matter on this one. Actually, it means we have a space, so let's not do that. On the very last element, it turns out it doesn't matter the order on those for the background shorthand, and so sometimes you can get rid of this last parentheses by shifting those up to the front. And since this won't be the last property in our list, that's not going to work this time, but you know, it's all good. Okay, so our body can be one of these pill shapes, and then that border radius should work for a p tag as the white one. And I think we are off to the races. So background is going to get reassigned. Okay, 50 pixels. My thought was if I used a font-based size on this, like M or Rem, we could then change the font down here. And what would happen is if we expand that green to beyond the size of this thing, it doesn't matter that we have a radial gradient on it. We don't need a new background. That one's going to show up as green. The only other background we have to write is for the white one. But 50 pixels, M is 16, so that's 3, and then 1/8, 3.125 M. Let's see, 3.125 M. Hey, I remembered my 8th variable. So 50 pixels is 4 characters, and this is 7. So at 7 characters, I save writing a new background, but I do have to write font. What are we gonna do? Font 2M. Okay. And then let's see what happens. Oh, the background's not cascading down, so I'd have to write a background anyways because I did the and. So let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, it is working because look, now we have a huge green circle covering everything for the background. But if we margin it down 100, that starts changing. Cool. I think this might work. We're gonna have some fun getting it to work, but let's actually change the background for the moment, just so I can see where things are. Juno, it's okay. You don't have to bark at everything. It's probably just the cats. She's not being a bad dog. It's just excessive. Okay. It's hard to tell with that color. I should do a different one. That didn't help much. Seems about right. Okay. Let's see what the right and left are going to be. Juno, you done. 30 seems about right. Okay, and then the bottom needs to be like 125. Okay. So when we put a border radius on this of 1 inch, hey, we like it. Our gradient has moved a touch, but we can just move it back up, which is nice. Okay, I think that's looking good. Let's take this off, and it looks good. All right, that worked. That worked. All right, let's give it a box shadow. And now we are going to do 0 for the right and left, and then like 40 pixels for the, yeah. And we're gonna do a green. And that's looking good. Now let's put in our P tag. You know how I always forget this before I think this is going to need a position fix, because technically our body's just right here. And if we put in the P tag and put in like negative margin, maybe we can just translate it though. Instead of position fix, translate. Transform translate is going to be... You can't use translate directly anymore, can you? Is that one of the ones you can use directly? Because like rotate and scale don't need a transform anymore. But, well, let's see. Translate. Can I spell it? No. No, you cannot. Okay. Well, actually, this P tag doesn't have any height yet. So let's say padding 10. Okay. Okay. There it is. It's moving things around, but it's just the radial gradient that's moving around. The body is actually locked in, so that's cool. Trans. I really having trouble spelling that, aren't I? Okay, that is moving it. All right. I like it. All right, let's drop you down to 5. Not 5, 7, 8, something like that. All right, let's go -10. -30. Ooh, there it's disappearing. Wait. That's left and right. That's left and right. Okay, all right. -20 pixels. Okay. Good. -50, it disappears, though. Why is it disappearing? Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. They're green. Ground is gonna be FFF. There we go. Found it again. Okay. -60, 70, 80, 5, 6, 7. I don't think this is the best, but I'm saving a position fixed. Would position fixed be fewer characters? Let's compare. Yeah. But then I have to do margin to place it. So position fixed and margin, but I'm doing them both with this. Let's see. Like, you know, you look, that's more characters. So I'm going to go ahead and keep chasing this because I haven't really done this before. 14, okay. And then we need less padding because it's a weird size. We'll fix the radial gradient. We can move that around wherever we need. 13, 12.5. Yeah, this is getting weird real fast. But let's see what Q does. Sometimes that, you know, because it's a different one, maybe it lines up better. Let's try 13. Yeah, this one doesn't seem any better. But at least when we're doing a half, it's there we go. Oh, let's do Q here too. 91, 92, 91.5, 0.6, 0.7. That looks pretty good. Let's hit it with the rotate. 90 degrees. Okay, okay. -90. Oh, that, no. 80 to 70. Why is the box shadow falling behind everything? Like, literally everything. Even the HTML elements. Radial gradient. Okay. Well, position fixed it is, because this is getting real weird. Real fast. That's cool. Okay. Let's get rid of this for the moment. Let's, put that in. I just wanted to see what just throwing margin on it would do. Alright. Alright, this is looking a bit better. It's like 7.5. This is, okay. Oh, that looks a lot better. Okay, I like this better already. It's just lining up. And now let's do the rotate. -90 degrees. 90 degrees. Oh! Our box shadow is green. That's why it's disappearing. Working in the diff. I would have recognized that. Okay, it does look like the right spacing, But we got to change it to white. I'd have to put in 2 colors or var. I think var is going to win out. C for color. Hold on, we need a dash dash, and then we can do this, and then we can do, now that makes sense. Oh. There we go. Okay, let's look at the diff again. Okay. Well, at least that idea worked. Just my execution, because of missing details, was not the best. I don't think this is the most refined one. 100% match. I like that. Okay. So things that I did that didn't pan out. I have to do a background here and a background there. So only doing 2 backgrounds on here isn't too bad. If I did this in a var, reassigned it 9. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so that's less than doing a var, reassigning the width there, and it's less than. See, this is 9 right here. Yeah, so that's less. Yeah, I gotta leave it. I probably spend enough time on this as it is. That was kind of fun to explore things this way, like to do the font with the radial gradient, and then do the rotate, get the box shadow to work on both of these, just by using a rotate. That was nice, instead of writing a different box shadow. Although I'm looking at it like, if I just wrap this whole thing in a variable, because I had to do a variable anyways, and then reassign it, that's going to be less than the rotate. Because I already have to do the whole thing. So if I'm setting up the variable, why write a rotate? I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually take this, stick it right here. Okay. And then we are going to write 40 pixels and 0 there. And then we fix that, and that is, I didn't even look at what my characters were before that. But I feel like that's less. Yeah, that's a lot less. Okay. Well, the rotate was fun, but not the best. Let's see. Yeah, rotate is 3, 6, 7, and then another 6, so that's 13. Yeah, this is better. Should have looked at my character count before I started changing it. I don't want to go back and then back again. Anything else? Any low-hanging fruit that I'm missing? I mean, pixels always, but a lot of times I don't chase those into Q. I know I don't have the top solution, so it's not really worth all the effort to do that. 231 characters. It was kind of fun little shapes, a little combination of things we can do there. All right. Hope you have a good night. Bye.